Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So you can see by the title today is all about the pill and acne. So in today's video we're going to be covering firstly all your questions. So I actually put this out on the community page, which by the way I'm definitely going to do more of that. It was so helpful putting a video idea out there and then getting your feedback and questions on it. I'm also going to be just touching on really commonly asked questions regardless about the pill and acne, and then I'm also going to be sharing my tips really if you are either thinking of transitioning off of it, or if you have come off of it and you're just struggling with your skin, for example, as we're talking about acne today, then yeah, I'm going to give you a couple of tips on kind of what I would do next. So I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you do, please do remember to give it a thumbs up to let me know, and if you enjoyed this video and you're not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future ones. So the first question I have written down here in my notes is, can the pill cause acne? And yes, 100% yes, we know there's a link here. Now there's two sides of this. There's, can the pill, when I'm actually taking the pill, can that cause acne? And then there's also, when I come off of the pill, can the pill cause acne as a side effect when you come off? And the answer is yes to both. Now they're going to differ slightly. So when you are actually taking the pill and you are experiencing acne on the pill, firstly, it could be coming from the pill because there's so many different types of pills with different levels of different hormones, and yeah, it could be just the combination that you're on is not suiting you. So that is the first thing kind of to rule out. But also what I commonly see with clients who are on the pill and getting acne, sometimes it is actually coming from other places, whether it be their gut, nutrient deficiencies, or just issues with the diet, for example. There's so many other routes that it could be coming from, and the pill itself, which we are going to go into much more detail in today's video, does make certain pathways more kind of vulnerable, shall we say. So we'll talk about gut health a bit later, but as an example, the pill can wreak havoc on the gut. So if the gut is having issues and there's permeability there and that's causing more inflammation and a response, that could definitely come out through the skin. So there is other kind of, things to consider when you are taking the pill and you are also experiencing acne. Now, in terms of the other side of this, so when you come off the pill, one of the most common reasons people experience acne when they come off is because, firstly, let's just say this now, the pill are synthetic hormones. When you are on the pill, you are not having a menstrual cycle. You are not having, when you bleed, you're not having a period, you're having a withdrawal bleed, okay? So when you're on the pill, these are all synthetic hormones flooding your body, and your natural hormones, they get suppressed, okay? Now, the reason people experience acne when they come off the pill is that when you stop the pill, all your natural hormones, they basically come back into action, and something that's very sensitive, particularly at the start, is testosterone. Testosterone has been completely flattened while you're on the pill, and then when you come off, it's like, whoa, let's come back out, and it's completely skyrockets up. And some women find the sensitivity to that can really aggravate their skin. So if you are getting put on the pill and someone is saying to you, oh, this is going to balance your hormones, this is going to fix your hormonal problems, it's not going to do that. It's literally impossible because it's not affecting your natural hormones. It just turns them off. It overrides the natural hormones, but what it does do is it gets rid of your symptoms, and that is going to make you think, if you aren't aware of everything we're talking about in today's video, that's going to make you think, oh, this has really helped and fixed my hormones. That is how they get you. While we're on this topic, someone on the community page did actually ask about the progesterone only pill. And they were saying that they stopped that and their acne did come back. And they were asking, is it the same with the whole testosterone dominance when you come off the pill? Yes, that can be an element for sure, but also, for example, with a progesterone only pill, if you were taking that and your skin was really clear on that, and then you've come off of it and your skin is, is gone the opposite way, then I would also be questioning, well, what is your natural progesterone production like? Maybe put your focus and energy more so into supporting your natural progesterone function and see how that plays a role with your skin. This is where videos like this are really hard for me to film, because it's really hard to film very general videos, and everyone watching right now, everyone's hormone imbalances probably are going to be a little bit different. So all I can do to the best I can is just give you, kind of most general advice to hopefully get you guys on your way. But if you are really struggling with hormonal imbalances, I highly recommend, it is worth your money investing and just going to see a practitioner who can help pinpoint what it is exactly you need and what kind of support you need. So the next question I had come through on the pill was about the pill and potential nutrient deficiencies, so vitamins and minerals. So yes, 100% the pill can deplete certain vitamins and minerals, and the ones that you want to be aware of, so let's start off with the minerals, is magnesium and zinc. These are huge, okay? Like if you are going to consider maybe taking some supplements while you're transitioning off the pill, or maybe you have already come off the pill and you haven't even gone down this route, honestly, look into your magnesium and zinc. These are two of the most commonly prescribed supplements to a lot of my clients, because this is something that I see people deficient in all the time, particularly magnesium. And magnesium and zinc, both of them together, play a huge role in our menstrual cycle regulation. So they are absolutely key for periods. So that's massive, particularly when you're coming off the pill and you're trying to regain your natural period back. But the other thing as well is that these two minerals have just so many different functions. I mean, magnesium alone has over 300 functions within the body, and it ranges from lowering inflammation, to improving insulin sensitivity, to improving our estrogen metabolism, to supporting our stress response, to even to our cellular energy function. Like, it is absolutely crucial. So if you are coming off the pill and you are getting heavy, painful periods, you are really struggling with sugar cravings, and you've got loads of energy dips throughout the day, are struggling with stress in your life, like magnesium is key for all of these, so it'd be definitely something to consider. And then zinc, also from a skin perspective, zinc can be great for acne because it actually helps to reduce sebum production, it helps to reduce the hyperkeratinization, so the buildup of skin cells, so it helps to reduce those clogged pores. It also helps with our stress response as well. There's so many things. It helps with our gut barrier integrity, insulin response, so many things. So yeah, those are two absolutely crucial minerals I would really consider supplementing with. And with sorry, there's so much to say on this. I really hope I don't make this video too long. With zinc, you don't need to do it crazy long term though. Like zinc, no more than 6 months. You just need it initially just to really, support those levels, get them back up and supportive, and then you can come off of it and maintain through the diet. So yeah, zinc, no more than 6 months. And the forms of these supplements I would go for is magnesium and bisglycinate. Same with zinc, you can do zinc and bisglycinate, or other forms like zinc picolinate is also okay as well. But yeah, they're my preferred forms and definitely two to consider. Right, let's move on to the next vitamins. So the next ones are your Bs, okay? So B vitamins, particularly things like B6, B2, B12 and folic acid, these do get depleted when on the pill. And the really interesting one I see actually a big correlation with is particularly with B6, because B6, particularly from hormonal health, if you are struggling with lots of anxiety, irritability, mood swings before you're coming on your period, definitely maybe consider B6, because I see that as a key deficiency for that. But yeah, just in general, just know that your B vitamins are affected when you're on the pill. So again, it may just be an idea to consider. I say with hesitation a B complex, because the reason I hesitate is because when you have an acne prone skin, certain B vitamins actually cannot be as helpful. And also in complexes you might get things like biotin. Biotin's very hit and miss with people's skin. Even B12 can be a little bit hit and miss. So what I would also maybe say is things like B12, maybe go to a GP and just get it tested and just see how your stores are, and then you can have an accurate result to go off of whether you actually need to supplement with it or not. And then two other vitamins which also get affected are vitamin C and also vitamin E. These ones I don't really jump to supplement with. I think again, just go through food. This is all about really just protecting you against oxidative stress, helping to lower inflammation, all of these kinds of things. So yeah, a lot of foods we can get with vitamin C and E. So yeah, I would go through diet first for those ones. But you can also consider, if you're oh, I'm on a bit of a budget and I'm really struggling, with where to put my money, maybe consider just investing in a good quality multivitamin. But I put the emphasis on good quality. Don't be getting these cheap gummies, or just cheap ones you get from the Boots or Holland & Barrett and things. Try and get a good one. However, I do just need to say, when we're talking about supplements, of course, I don't know you personally. I don't know if you're on any other medications, because that's important to consider. So whenever you are taking supplements, exactly how like you would go to a pharmacist or a doctor for medication advice, I really recommend you do talk to a practitioner or someone who is qualified in that area to help guide you and make sure that you are supplementing safely. That is very important. Sometimes people think supplements, you know, they're just this like, oh, like, no, there's no risk there. No, it's the same importance as like you would be taking medications. You can have, sorry, my voice is like going as I'm talking so much. You can have contraindications and things like that. And also depending on if you have any other diagnosed conditions, there's so much to the picture. So yeah, really recommend getting some, you know, what's the word? Qualified advice. Okay, I'm going to answer some more of the questions that were on the community page. So someone mentioned that they were also having some weight issues. So this is really great point. So post-pill, you can actually get something called post-pill PCOS. So it doesn't mean that you have PCOS yet forever and you're diagnosed with it. It just means that post-pill, you can kind of tick all those boxes of PCOS. However, a lot of people are able to reverse it. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because people who do tend to fall into this bracket after coming off the pill, so many people find they are more insulin resistant, and the reason because is the pill actually can affect our insulin sensitivity. Now, the reason I'm also bringing this up with the weight question here is that that would be the first thing I would be thinking of if you're having weight issues after coming off the pill. That, and also maybe thyroid function. Thyroid is also another one, because I forgot to mention this in the nutrients, but another mineral that the pill can also affect is selenium, which also plays a big role with thyroid function. So if you are struggling with your weight post coming off the pill, I would be thinking thyroid, and I would be thinking insulin, like sensitivity and resistance, that whole kind of bag. And I would be really looking at how can you support your blood sugar levels. I have lots of content on that. I will leave it linked down below. And also I would maybe be thinking about the nutrients involved in thyroid function, and maybe go visit your doctor and see if they can do a thyroid like panel test on you, so you can just at least get some info there to kind of give you a bit of an idea if things are going on. Okay, the next thing that I want to touch on is the gut, because the pill can also really wreak havoc with our gut. So let's talk about this a little bit more, because this is very not only relevant if you are currently on the pill, but this is incredibly relevant when you come off the pill, because this can also be one of the driving reasons why someone might be breaking out when they come off the pill. So the first thing to know is that the pill can actually alter and disturb some of our microbiome, so that gut bacteria. And what you need to understand about the gut microbiome is that there's certain strains that need to be in dominance, and if those are altered and they're not at the level they should be, it can create more of an opportunistic environment. So it means that certain like strains of bacteria which we don't want high levels of, they have more opportunity to grow, and then that's how we get to have this imbalance, basically, which is what we call dysbiosis. Now, a dysbiosis in your gut it can cause many symptoms, from bloating to issues with your bowels like constipation, diarrhea. It can literally name a gut issue, and dysbiosis definitely can play a role in that. So yeah, that's the first thing to know. The second thing also is that the pill has been seen to have issues with like the permeability of that gut wall, and this is really important, because if your gut wall is weaker and it is more permeable, what that means is that things passing through your bowels, through your intestines, particles could actually go through that wall and into the bloodstream where they shouldn't be. And when that happens, that is going to activate your immune system, because your immune system is going to be like, whoa, like red flags, like this shouldn't be here, and it's gonna send off a response. And also with acne being an inflammatory condition, and inflammation stems from immunity, that's definitely can have a link to the skin. So yeah, that is also a really common way that the gut really links in with our skin. So yeah, gut permeability can be affected from the pill. Also, our ability to digest can actually be affected by the pill. So as an example, one of the things that can be affected is our gallbladder. And our gallbladder plays a big role with our bile production. So bile is basically a substance which we create, which helps to move toxins and waste products out from our liver through our bowels, and we excrete them. So bile has an incredibly crucial role really for our detoxification process. And what you also kind of, let's tie some kind of post-pill things in here. I'm going to get to in just a second, like what you need to do when you come off the pill and, like what you need to focus on. But just lightly touching on something is the liver is a really big part of filtration. And when you stop the pill, you've got to get all those synthetic hormones out as well. So if your bile production isn't working very well, then that's going to affect that kind of detoxification process. And then, like I said earlier with the vitamins and minerals, linking with the gut, is that we have a disruption with the absorption of vitamins and minerals. So yeah, that's going to affect our digestion as well. So there's so many factors here going into the gut, but yeah, I just want to really just explain that the gut is impacted by the pill. So let's move on now to what I would say are I think that there's three main key pillars to focus on when you are, one, transitioning off the pill. Like if you're watching this and you haven't come off the pill yet, that is ideal timing. You want to do prep work for 3 months really before you come off the pill. If you've already come off the pill, don't worry, you can still do all these same tips and hopefully it's going to help you still anyway, because it's all the same pathways and same principles. The first thing you want to be thinking about is correct those nutrient deficiencies. That is an absolute must, because as I've kind of already hinted when we were going through those, they can contribute to so many of the symptoms people experience when they come off the pill. So number one, correct the nutrient deficiencies. Number two, so much liver support, okay? Your liver needs all of the love it can get. If you have been on the pill, let's say you've been on the pill 10 years, that is 10 years that your liver has had that weight of having to break down, metabolize that pill. But don't forget, the liver metabolizes, well, not metabolize it, detoxifies and breaks down everything. So, whether it's cosmetics we're absorbing through our skin, our liver has to deal with that. Medications we take, like if you are taking paracetamol, ibuprofen, or any other kind of medications, your liver has to deal with that. Do you drink a lot of alcohol? Your liver has to deal with that. Environmental things that we come into contact with, the food we eat, it literally goes on and on and on. Our liver has so much weight. So if you've been on something for years and years and years, your poor liver may just be struggling a little bit. And what tends to happen is people come off the pill and their liver just hasn't been supported enough, and that's also why they're struggling, because the liver's struggling to keep up with all of its demands. So I have a whole video on liver support, because this video will be hours long if I keep going into everything in so much depth. So I'm going to leave my liver support video down below. So definitely go check that out and follow the tips in that video. I promise you that will definitely help you. And then, as well as doing all that lovely liver support, you want to be supporting your gut, okay? You want to make sure your bowels are moving. If you've got constipation, red flag, that is something to address first. Get that moving, get that flowing well, because as I said, you detox through these pathways, and things like estrogen, which is one of those key hormones actually in the pill as well, but our excess estrogen gets excreted through our bowels. So if you are constipated and you've not got a good motility there, you can reabsorb these hormones back into circulation. So we want to make sure that our detoxification pathways are flowing and working as optimally as possible. Because also remember, your skin is a detox pathway. So if your liver and gut are struggling, your skin can also be one of the other routes things get pushed to, and that's also what can cause the flare-ups. I do also have a whole gut video. I really can't go into it, I don't think, in today's video, because I think this video is getting very, very long. And what I would say, if it is in your budget, I highly recommend getting a comprehensive gut stool analysis done when you've come off the pill, because then you can cut out the guesswork, you can see exactly what your microbiome picture is like, and see exactly what bacteria strains are low, what do I need boosting, what's too high, what needs to come back down, do I have intestinal permeability? It tells you everything. It also will tell you if there's any parasites, if there's any funguses, if there's any bacterial infections. It goes through the whole lot, and this is the biggest insight ever. It is honestly, in my opinion, worth every single penny. If you are based in the UK, feel free to reach out to me. You can either email me or message me on Instagram, and I can can help get this test for you. It's not something that I have like as like a package, but I'm more than happy if people are interested in getting a test done, more than happy to, you know, help you get the test through me, and then we can like have a session to go through your results so you understand it all. I'll come up like if you book in a discovery call, we can chat about it. If that's an option you would like to, you know, discuss, we can chat about it and we'll think of a price and stuff. It's not something I do, but I'm just kind of talking out loud here. It's definitely something I can do and offer. It is not worth your money doing hormone tests, by the way. And when you first come off the pill, you at least want to wait a good couple of months for like those pill hormones to actually properly detox out, because otherwise it's just going to affect your levels a little bit. So I'd wait a couple of months, like 3 months or so, and then you can think about doing hormone testing if you really wish to. Oh, and something else just jumped to mind while we're talking about the gut is also we have a microbiome in other places other than the gut as well. So we've got a microbiome on our skin, but we've also got a microbiome in our vaginas and in our urinary tract. And another symptom that I see really commonly when people come off the pill is yeast infections. They get a lot more of those, and also UTIs. Now, if you are suffering with UTIs and yeast infections, I would 100% be thinking about your microbiomes, and yeah, even linking back to the gut as well, because a lot of the time with yeast infections and UTIs, it is coming from an imbalance of those microbiomes. So yeah, that is also just another little thing to let you know as well, because some people don't realise that those symptoms that they get can actually have been a byproduct of coming off the pill and all the havoc that that's wreaked on their system. Of course, the other thing as well we want to be thinking about is our diet. So we really do want a diet that is supportive of hormonal balance, and that is where I can kind of segue nicely for next week's video, because that is exactly the video that I'm actually going to film after this one, is all my tips for a hormone balancing diet and kind of where to start with that, and yeah, just kind of lots of tips really on that subject. If you aren't subscribed already and you don't want to miss that video, make sure you're subscribed. Anyway guys, I really hope, as I said, this video has been helpful. Please do give it a thumbs up if it has been. I'm sending you all my love and positivity, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye.